All right, good evening, good evening. Welcome to the live Facebook. This is Martin here, and good evening, welcome to. And tonight we will be dwelling into the VSA360 on boarding tutorial. All right, good evening everybody. Welcome to the VSA360 financial dashboard. It is a how-to tutorial where we're going to be showcasing you as part of those onboarding and also training. And remember, in our last episode that we did show the overall of the main menu. All right, we've done the main menu. This week we're going to be looking at the other module that we have on the VSA360. So of course, if you are already a member of VSA360, this is definitely a refresher for you. And if you are new for the first time, you may find out things that is very, very beneficial to you with the VSA360 dashboard. So let's get started, shall we? So for tonight, we're going to be touching on the in-depth on the stock quote analysis. As I said before, previously we done the VSA, which is the 360. So tonight will be on this focus with the visual trading plan that we have here. Let me just get this. And also there are others like the training and coaching support, which we'll do on another training or video similar like this. And then we also have the knowledge center, right, which is fairly easy to use. All our knowledge are actually archived in the knowledge center, and also we will give you a sneak preview of our VSA360 insider buy and sell screener for tonight. That's right, we have it prepared and we are looking for a right day to release this to our member, and you will get also a sneak preview. If you are not a member yet, do think about becoming our VSA360 members to really learn more. And let's get started on our in-depth stock quote analysis for tonight. All right. So later on, we're going to come back to this question. So let's go on and log into our VSA360. And once you have logged in, first thing you'll see a pop-up screen, and definitely the green pentagon is already here. You can see the KLSE is green pentagon, the SGX is green, Hang Seng is still red, okay? And this is the first screen that we always talk about last week. I think some of you may have already heard this before, and do take a look at our overview. But for right this evening, we'll be looking into the stock quote, the in-depth analysis. So right at the top left hand side here, you can type anything. You can type Inari, 2 characters, okay? You gotta type 2. So the whole list of those with the IN will be highlighted. So we just type Inari, then you get a few more here: Bena, Benacom, LBS, Dominant, Chuang Ho, Pimpenan, and then you just type R. Right, then it will sort of narrow down those. So you can click on that one and it will take you. And sometimes you may get a blank screen, and that's probably because the server resources are still holding up, as they are still working on other things in here. So that's something that you show. So definitely you can make the screen a bit smaller, and the first thing you see on the screen are the prices, and you can see on top here just tells you the green pentagon. Okay, it is still green pentagon, but I think after tonight, after the 10 o'clock processing, you will see this will turn to green pentagon. That's simply tell you the red pentagon, and you can really mouse over on the Inari and you can see a little bit about the overall of the company. So that's pretty good. So that's gonna show kind of show you where this market is heading to, right, and the kind of list that you have. And on top here we have the large cap stock, right, and also technology in terms of the ranking, number 4 out of 109. Okay, overall the sector is still red pentagon. Maybe it's going to turn green pentagon. That's why you see this red here, and it's number 1 out of 19 semiconductors. It's in the main board, it's Sharia compliant, and it is a growth stock. Okay, so it's a growth company. Look into it. Of course, you can type other stocks, and you'll see different kind of setting here. So that's sort of give you a scenario for where you are, and I'll talk about the alert later on here. Okay, so then you have the stock information that you get. Usually these are important, as I said before, because it really tells you where you want to be looking at. Okay, so this is just the change, the volume, and this little what we call the little price. It's about how the fluctuation during the whole day, right? The whole price fluctuation in here, and market cap, it's very big, 14.3 billion here. Now the floating cap, it's also very important, because when you see green bar means it's a good liquidity. There's a lot of floating shares. Red button means it's easily manipulated, and orange usually it's warning. So a lot of the good stocks that you see usually, the heavy liquid stock, they are generally how do I put it, in the green button. Good liquidity, easy to get in and easy to get out. Then we also have the list that we show here, and of course you can click here, that takes you to the website. Well, this company has a small dividend payout, which is about 2%. You can see here, positive cash flow, very high trading value, low price to tangible, poor income near future, very high gearing, so it does borrow a lot of money. Just in short, the cons and the pro. Then we have the Pentagon flow, which is 75% now, red bearish, but you can see the chart is already turning green Pentagon very, very soon, right? So that's a 75% here, right? And you can see sign of strength, it detected on the previous bar. All right, then we have sign of weakness also in the previous bar. We got a couple of sign of strength and sign of weakness previously here. And we have the short-term momentum is 13%, LT is 23%. R1 is a resistance, which could be your first profit objective, 2.1%, and the one is at $4.20. If you look at 396, it's probably is the old high here, 39. The high here is 394. Okay, 394, and we're talking about 394, 396. That's the old high here. Okay, and the support. One short term is, this is also where you can put your stop loss, 7.7%, and S2 is the medium term, you want to put it by further, 16%. ATR stop loss is the absolute, which is around here, 334. Okay, 334 level is your absolute, which is this level in here. This will get updated after 10 o'clock. Okay, that's the updated ATR stop loss, which is about 11%. Right now, based on the visual plan that you have, which is not a bad reward to risk. So later on when we look at some of the stocks, for the Pentagon Guider, you will see the reward to risk may be better in here. All right. Then SmartRobie rating, which is the FA rating, that tells you where this market is. And you can see from here where we are. It's not fundamental stocks. Okay, keep in mind. So this one is a fairly what we call so-called pricey stock, overvalued stock, I suppose, because it's traded one. PE is 46 times. Okay, so usually things like when it's about 46 times, you generally have to be a bit more careful, a bit more careful when stock are at this level, at this kind of price here. So this is where you want to be take note of the possible kind of thing. But let's take a look at the analyst report. Okay, this analyst report is also available here, where you can see the Inari and also some of the call to buy here. Call to buy, there's two. One is from TA, another one for M Invest. This one is from TA, which is 2nd of July, just yesterday, at 4 ringgit 30 cent with a TP upside of 10.8. 8 times. So this is definitely with a PE of 46 times. It's not usually undervalued stock, right? That's why the safety, which refer the margin of safety, right? Generally, if it's a positive number, it's undervalued. When you see red number, that tells you you have to be careful, and it's overvalued, right? From in terms of course, this is a growth stock. As you can see from here, it's a growth stock. So generally, you're not going to get the kind of margin of safety that you would generally have with many of the other stocks. Okay, so that's something you want to keep in mind for that purpose. And so next is as we move on, we have the Pentagon Guided chart. Now this Pentagon Guided chart, if you notice, is also a live chart. It's delayed 20 minutes in here. So you can see from here, 3rd of July, the market was up 2.1% here, and also turned green Pentagon. All right, so that's certainly very, very good. Turn green Pentagon. Okay, and so what else you want? All right, and you will notice the insider report buy and sell. All right, so you can always click on the top right hand side here. That will open up the whole Robbie analyst chart, so you can see here, and you can also zoom in, lots of buying, lots of selling, and this is definitely an institutional kind of shares. Let me just move this aside. You can see it better here. So you can see a lot of KWAP buying, and they're also KWAP. So you might kind of wonder why they buy and sell. Generally, even the institutional, they are trading the stocks. So they buy and sell. So that's why you get this lots of buying and lots of selling here. Okay. So also you will notice there's a call to hold early on the 24th of May, buy call at 320, 389. Right now is already 380. Okay, so many of this buy call 360, 360 all already hit. And generally it's because of the bullish nature. We've seen the Apple, which is a proxy to Inari stocks, where Inari generally go higher when Apple goes higher. So this is usually what you will see on right now. So now the call to buy is 4 ringgit 30 cent, which if you look back do offer an upside of 10.8%. So this is the analysis, and right at the corner here we have a help. So let me just make it just here you can see this is a help. We tell you interactive start. So definitely we have the alert, which is an alert button. So usually if you see it, you like this stock, you can sort of put it into the alert. By default you have a upper and a lower price bound. Okay, an upper and a lower price bound. Okay, so that's a misspelling here. A plus 10% and minus 8, and there's a default description of reward to risk, R1, R2 and S1. So let me just show you what I mean. So you click here, and that's where you go. So 10% from the last done 388 is 427, right, which is very similar to the analyst. And then 8% usually is our stop loss point that we use is 359. Reward to risk is 1.17. So if you like this, you just click create, and it goes into the watch list. All right, I already have 2 watch lists, which is 3A hit the upper point and 3A turn back green Pentagon earlier on. Okay, so let's go back to here, click start. Oh, something, okay. Oh goodness, this is something wrong with the database. All right, so I think this is definitely going to be a little bit. All right, never mind. Let's see what we can do now. Okay, looks like the okay, let me just text my technical team and ask it to take a look at the system as it was running just now, and you could see just shortly there the system sort of not able to connect. Let me try one more time. Yep, it's back now. Okay, so yeah, we were here, so you can see S1, S2, okay, up to this point, and then you will have the alert. So right at the alert, you can create up to about 99 alert. They have R1, R2, S1, S2, and it will alert you if you hit the R1 and R2. Pentagon green and red, and also break the ATR stop loss. So this is a very good a way to alert. So let's move on to next one is the VSA stock insight. I think I'll talk about that. The stock profile and live prices, the pro and cons, the Pentagon guider, Pentagon flow, all right, which actually look at the weekly and S1, S2, and also the Robie FA fundamental stock, which I've talked about here. These are the visual chart. All right, we'll count, and then also the let me just go down to here. Yeah, I have to open up. Yeah, know your stock counter, the kind of share checklist and so forth. All right, let's go to the next one. Okay, let me just go back there again. Continue from here. Go to next. Will be the Inari monthly return. So basically, it's a seasonal monthly return. Just tells you how well the stock has performed, and you can see Inari this year is up 27%. Now for a good year, if you go back, it's about 40 or 57%. So still got a bit more run. As I said before, Inari this year we are just only up to month of July. Okay, month of July, you still got August, September. So I think it's going to be a good year for the seasonality. Next is to show you the money. So you can't see it, so you need to open it up here. So if you buy and hold, right, at what we call 10,000 ringgit, okay, 10,000 ringgit started back in January 16, which is somewhere around here. Of course, the market did dip back lower, and you will see right now you're up almost at 31,000. Okay, 31,000 being hold. Of course, the highest we hit was November 2021, but we're coming back there. Okay, so the market is coming back. So that's going to be interesting to see how well this market will do on. And then we have this news, which will comes in. Inari climbed the highest in 2 years with the Wall Street tech rally. This one we already know this, right? So on the stock comparisons, so I'm just trying to figure out why is this chart in here. You can see Inari compare. This is Inari, and you compare to MPI. This one is the semiconductor technology. You can see semiconductor technology in terms of PE. Inari is not so good lah. Right? You can see Inari is 40 plus. Higher, the better. The wider the radar chart, the better. Dividend better. Okay. ROE also better. Right? EPS so only. Okay. And then so what we're saying here, the bigger the radar, the better it is. Okay. So it's in terms of NTA. Net tangible asset, they are not. They are just big on the dividend and the ROE. If you want to do the stock comparison in here, right? News wise, you can just scroll on and just to have a book. Of course, the sentiment for Inari news are quite positive going in here. All right. So you can also look here is the description. Watch out for the change of the red Pentagon to green Pentagon in here. So Inari sectors is also red. Pentagon guider is also red, but that would change very, very soon. Okay. Okay. Now this do cover the stock quote that we have. All right, so we done this in-depth stock quote analysis. So there is a question. The question is, what is the difference between the VSA screener like the Pentagon guider than others? Definitely those of you who have been following us for some time would have known the VSA screener is different. It's because we uses the volume spread analysis and also looking for stocks typically in the stage 1 share. So it is a technical filter looking from the looks of it, and it will help you to look for shares that is ready to move higher more than anything else. Okay, So that's the purpose of the VSA. We will look into the VSA screener after this. So let's take a look at the VSA screener right now. Okay, and so I'll bring it up, the VSA screener. Okay, the third is partially, yep, we have some stocks for tonight, which is for tomorrow trading. Now keep in mind, okay, let me just go on to the next slide here. You can see the KLCI has already turned green pentagon. Okay, so turning green pentagon generally is a good thing, as I said before. So once it turns green pentagon, I usually like that. Okay, that is a very, very good thing to have when the market has turned a green pentagon. Okay, so that's why it's good to go back into the pentagon guider. Okay, here. So from our list in here, we have a lot of stocks. So you can see BJ Land, and one of the great things, you can just mouse it over and you can see this is definitely a good one, Berjaya Land. All right, and then we have AWC. Berjaya Land looks good. The setup here, just nice green pentagon. And this is 39 cents. Charimin is also Charimin is not bad. And one of the reasons why, because you can see the oil and gas has started to turn back green pentagon, has started to turn back to the 200-day moving average. So to me, I like this kind of shares because it is showing the positive side of the market. So that's where this market likely to be heading, and you want to be buying those kind of stocks, okay, for the US. So there's about 6 of them right now, and I think as the market process, you can see we're going to get a bit more to come. So far it's only 6. So Avanta, which is also kind of good. Let's mouse it over. Okay, Avanta, mouse it over, you can see, yep, this one has been range bound for a long time and then finally turning green pentagon, because if you look at it, Top Glove has already turned green pentagon in here. So a couple of good shares in here. Avan Land, this one I think the stock has started to turn green pentagon too. Okay, so we got AWC, so pretty good stocks, and they have nice turnover from here. Okay, so that's some of the stocks you'll be looking at. And they generally give the same type of stocks that you will find. So another thing important is to compare on the VSA360 for the Bursa versus the US market. You can see US market is up using the S&P 500, which is VOO here. Okay, 14%. Our KLCI now is about 8 plus. I think with tonight about the 1% up. We are close to about 9.7%. This year will be a good year. As you can see, also many of the analysts out there is beating the horn, the big horns of the KLCI. Okay, so that's going to be, you know, pushing up in here. Okay, so what share to look for tomorrow? Okay, we're going to show you what shares. I think definitely one of them I like is BJ Land. Okay, AWC. I like to buy those penny shares, and Avan Land. Avan Land started to make up here. Okay, Charimin, a recovery in the oil and gas, so that's going to be a good one too. Okay, this one too expensive lah. Malaysia Airport Berhad. So generally, I don't want to buy things that is too expensive. You know what I mean? So if they are too expensive, difficult to how do you say, get a bit of leverage from the market. Okay, so we done the Pentagon screen. Now a sneak preview of our insider buying and selling screener. All right, insider buying and selling screener, which is new in our VSA release. So you can see here is our insider buying and selling screener in here. So I'm just going to refresh. It'll pick things up from the database. Oh, okay. So far nothing yet. Okay, so it looks like it's still been updated. All right, because previously I could see a little bit in here. Maybe I'll just show you on the next run that we have. Okay, so but yeah, this was previously what I got. So you can see the insider buying and selling. You can see what I'm really interested is individual owner, not so much institutional. So you can see here Berjaya Corp, Tan Sri Vincent Tan. Oh, he bought a lot. He bought 1 million shares, right, which is worth about 310. So we know BJ Corp he's buying. So this is where we want to look back on the shares for BJ Corp. Okay, so BJ Corp here. He's always constantly buying the stocks. 31 cents, so which makes a good. Yeah, you can see here the market did turn up, right? Came back down and holding up 31 cents. So he bought some. Chelsea, the daughter, sold 4 million, sold 2 million. I think the father buyback. Daughter sell, father buyback. You only buy 1,000K only, so which is 1 million. Well, the daughter is selling a lot, so we have to be careful if the daughter sell a lot here. Okay, so that's one way to find out in here. So you also have APB, which is the industrial automaker. You have Dato Yap Fok Choi, NCT. Okay, so you can check that one out. Once we have the insider buying and selling release, we're just going to our final testing. You can see it's about 258 entries. So that's a lot of interesting moment that you can find out who buy what, and probably we have another class or lesson to it when we launch this on the insider buying and selling. When we get to it, but a little bit of sneak preview in the now also for our CV3 still ongoing. We can see the Pony Express, which is the method that we're using currently, still pretty well. No, we have to cut loss. You can see the our members are doing much better. You can see right now March, May, for the month of April was a bit challenging. So let me just bring out the stocks that I have here. So this is the virtual trade that we have, and you can see for the month of June was down 4%. Right, I had a string of losses here. You can see 24th. This was the -7% cut loss. Supermax also cut loss, QES cut loss when the market was selling down. Right now the market is turning back, and hopefully I'll get a bit of a winner. My Sensor, okay, you can see Sensor was the most recent one I got in. EWINT finally turned around, and Ceiling has reversed. Previously was down, and now it's coming back, and let's hope the market and the number of trades also got less. As you can see, when I'm winning, I actually trade more. When I'm losing, I trade less. That's the strategy to go forward. All right, so here you can see the equity curve as the market goes higher, sort of taper off at 61,000. Now I'm back to how many percent return? 17% return. Of course, the students are doing much better than me. All right, so you can follow Trade and Practice. These are the 3 trades that we did on Monday night. You can follow me to the VSA Performance Result Monthly, all right, on the article. And I think I will finish here. All right, much easier night. All right, and if you have any stocks that you want me to look at, feel free to pencil those in on your comment section in here. I'm happy to look into it using the VSA360. All right, if there are no stocks, thank you for coming. We keep it short for tonight. And tonight's stock quote will be available on the academy.tradevsa.com, our ongoing website that we are building for our members for your future training. So check out academy.tradevsa.com. More news will be out, and meanwhile, good trading.